What is going on, brothers and sisters? Eric Rosen here, your internal strength coach, here to show you how to overcome your greatest challenges so you can shine your brightest light. It is Thursday, January 24, 2019. Thanks for being here. I wanted to cover this topic today that I'm going to call, change into heal your unhappiness. I've talked with a lot of people where they kind of get stuck in this pattern of like waiting for things to change, waiting for things to get better, waiting for some external event to happen, some circumstance to change in their life, some stroke of luck to make things better for themselves. And really, it's it's tough because it's a very disempowering belief to believe that that just by sitting around and waiting for things to get better and just hoping and praying that they are going to, it doesn't really allow you to see, this power of choice that we all have. So, if you're not happy with how, life is going right now, either your perspective on it or the results that you've had, think about making a change, making a change to your thoughts, challenging your beliefs, making changes to your behaviors, your patterns, even the things that you're working on or where you work at, your relationships. Like, seriously, like, evaluate all of these things because, this is not luck. This is not just something that like happened to you, your source of unhappiness. What you don't realize is that, maybe unconsciously, but you are making choices that have put you in a state of unhappiness. But the good news is that means you also have the power to get out of it. So, if the things that you're doing are not producing the results that you want, it's important not to fall into this victim mode. If you find yourself, perpetually, I won't say whining, we'll say venting to people, and that's kind of a daily occurrence for you. It may not occur to you that you're kind of falling into a victim role because, you're indulging in that drama instead of grabbing the proverbial bull by the horns and addressing it. So, and I don't say victim to, judge or put a label on you or anything like that. It's not that at all. It's more about bringing you to this awareness that you do have this power of choice, to make better choices. And the thing is that if you're not making a choice, if you're just like letting things happen, then that's really just an unconscious way of allowing someone else to choose for you. So just be very aware of that. So, look at all these things. Look at the thoughts, the behaviors, the patterns, the relationships. Really evaluate all of those things, and then also look at, what are the new things that are potentially coming into your life? What are the new relationships, the new opportunities, the new projects, the new places, and see what those things can bring you. Now, here's what I really wanted to get to with this too. It's like, if you don't know what these things are, if you don't know what's not working, if you don't know the places that the universe is trying to draw you towards, your mind just may be blocking you from like what that actually is. So it could be just the day-to-day grind, the constant thinking, the monkey mind, just that pattern that we can get stuck in. So the only way that you're going to be able to bypass the mind is getting in touch with the subconscious. And of course, the best way to do that is through that, for some of you, dreaded word, meditation. So, and when I say that too, some people will think, well, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to try that, or that didn't work, or whatever. Or maybe some people still think there's some religious context to it, which there's not. Literally just sitting, dedicating yourself to some quiet, 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes of sitting in stillness, just accepting where you're at, and the thoughts are still going to come up. The monkey mind's still going to want to play. The important thing is not to judge the thoughts, not to get upset that, your mind isn't like some blank space. You see the thoughts come up, you don't judge them, you let them go, and eventually, if you keep maintaining that awareness that you're there to be still and you just become this observer of the thoughts, eventually the mind does quiet down and it does allow you to go deeper into this meditation. And where you get to the stillness is where you can get in touch with the subconscious, and that's what's going to allow some like real clarity for your life, to where you can see what's working and what is not working. So definitely try to do it in the morning, even twice a day, morning, afternoon, evening. So, like one thing that's been happening for me lately, like I'll share this, it's really interesting, is that there's some things that have been happening for me lately where it seems like things that are coming up from like 6 to 8 years ago, just old like behaviors and patterns. But then there's also this contrast of where things feel completely different, almost like new thoughts, new patterns, new behaviors for myself. So I'm like seeing this contrast of these things. So the good news about that is, I don't know if anyone else is experiencing this, but that's going to allow you that awareness of being like, oh, okay, I can see this contrast, and I can see that there's still some things that I do need to change. And, because of the contrast, I can bring my awareness to that. And there are ways to change it. And perhaps it's going into meditation and get in touch with the subconscious to find what those solutions are. Maybe those solutions are readily available. But that's just something I've been experiencing to allow me to know what, because I am happier than I've ever been. So there are great things that are working, but then there are also things from the past that are still there that are not working, patterns that just have to be dealt with. So hope you guys appreciated this video. If you're feeling stuck, if you're like in some type of like rut or pattern, or you got something going on with your health, with relationships, with money, whatever it is, and you've been stuck on that for a little while, give me a shout. You can get a 30-minute free consultation with me for coaching. And then of course there's always the gym aspect of it too. If you don't want to talk and you just want to throw some weights around, we can do that in the gym too. There's free consultations to talk about personal training as well. So Eric Rosen Coaches. All right, you guys take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.